emanating from deep under the earth, spreading across the globe at the speed of thought, changing the world one brain at a time. This is Last Call, the final order report from Green Brain Comics.
Howdy, Brainiacs. It's time for Last Call, your one-stop preview for next month's best comics and your last chance to pre-order before the print runs are locked and loaded. I am Dan Merritt, Chief Purchasing Officer here at Green Brain Comics, and I'm here to give you the lowdown on what's hitting our shelves starting Wednesday, August 26th, and a heads up to pre-order by this Sunday, August 2nd. The final order report and Green Brain Comics are proudly powered by Comichub. Check out Comichub online at comichub.com or grab the mobile app for Android and iPhone. Create an account or log into your existing one to order, pay securely, and make sure you never miss an issue. Today I'll be using Comichub to spotlight orders due Sunday on the Last Call page, and this week's Last Call for Small Press is presented by Drink and Draw. This is our bi-monthly event, co-promoted and co-sponsored by our friends at Downey Brewing Company and Blick Art Materials. Blick will be there with some art materials for you to play around with, and Downey's got some of the finest local brews available. They're in the East Downtown Industrial Park area. DowneyBrewingCompany.com for more information. This all happens on August 14th from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Join us at Downey Brewing Company for Drink and Draw. All right, now we move right on over to Last Call for Small Press. And the first thing on the list for this week is it's a facsimile edition of Palestine. Let's go back there. This is where it all began. We are proud to present this facsimile edition of Palestine #1, originally published in 1993, the first appearance of Joe Sacco's timeless award-winning comic work of comics journalism based on his own travels in the Middle East. In this first chapter of one of the best-selling and most important graphic novels of all time, Sacco travels to Egypt and Jerusalem, hearing very different opinions of Palestine and Israel from the locals. From Joe Sacco and Fantagraphics, this is 24 pages for $4.99. It's Palestine #1. Some more fun small press. Well, the first fun small press for this week is Kaijus and Cowboys. This is the second issue. This book just debuted a few weeks ago from Cambrian Comics and creators Matthew Blair and artist Frankie B. Washington, who did this A cover. We got a B cover from Frixapane in an EC homage variant. And John Proctor on the C. It's Kaijus and Cowboys #2, available on September 16th. Vault Comics debuts a brand new series called Project Perseus. This drops on September 2nd and is from writer Jack Mulqueen with art by Edison Neo, who did this cover. Black Star #1 returns to print on August 26th. This was a debut of the book from Smallville, Murder in the Small Town, and Reacher star Kristen Kruk, and has a cover by, has interior art by Joe Baccardo. Black Star returns with #2 in the same week, August 26th. Let's see. Skirmishes. Amidst skirmishes between two warring factions in the early 19th century, fur trade, Dashiell Carlisle discovered he has magical abilities and that he's not alone. Thrust into a secret order with designs to use their magic to build a new and better world, Dashiell discovers that their utopia may come at a horrific cost. From Christian Kruk and artist Joe Picardo, Jenny Cha cover on the A. Joe Picardo on the B. Francesco Sorigia. And Jenny Cha Inks cardstock variant drops on August 26th from Titan Publishing. Over at Ignition Press, we get a second issue of The Patron from Christian Ward, John J. Pearson. Christian Ward cover on the A, John J. Pearson on the B, September 9th. Oh, by the way, folks, just to inform you a little bit more, the regular format of the show got a little broken this week because there's so many number ones that I want to make sure that I give time to. So I just pared this down to number ones, some number twos, and a couple of new printings that kind of work in between there. So now you know. And back to the program. The Patron number 2 drops on September 9th. This just debuted this last week as a super creepy cover with a very sweaty, weird-looking guy. The Patron. Ignition Press also debuts a new series on September 9th. Folk of Downey Hollow. Deep in the Ozark Mountains lies the village of Downey Hollow, hidden away from modern society for over a century. Its existence is only spoken of around campfires in hushed tones by people who don't necessarily believe. Those who stumble upon Downey Hollow never return to prove that it's real because, dark forces lurk in the woods just outside the town gate. This new series is from Ignition Press regular and a highly decorated writer, Jeremy Hahn, who is joined by Alex Linz on interiors. We got an A cover from Jeremy Hahn, a B cover from Alex Linz, who does interiors. And that drops on September 9th from Ignition Press. Mad Cave Studios has a brand new series dropping on August 26th. In a near future world drowned by rising oceans, Denver survives as one of the last tightly controlled safe zones in the planet where every resource is rationed and every citizen is monitored. Max Flynn, a veteran border officer struggling to protect his family under these unforgiving rules, is shattered when his wife is suddenly kidnapped, and a mysterious enemy forces him to betray Denver from within or loses her forever. As Max assembles a trusted crew and descends into the city's underbelly, his desperate hunt threatens to expose the cracks in Denver's rigid order and ignite a reckoning that could end the last safe city on Earth. From writers Justin Gray and Jimmy Palmiotti, who are joined by interior artist Pierre Brito, it's a Denver number 1. We've got an A cover from Amanda Connor. Pierre Brito on the B. Uko Smith, cool cover, little Sienkiewicz. Dave Johnson, nice paperback feel. Dan Panosian with full dress and full art. This is Denver. Whoa, back up. It's Denver, number 1 of 3 from Mad Cave Studios. Moving up On up to the mid-level press, we've got Hellraiser Resurrections from Boom Studios. This is their sole debut on this week's FOC and follows on the heel of the first one-shot from the resurrected Hellblazer brand. Boom Studios is releasing 5 one-shots to kind of intro and resurrect, so to speak, Hellraiser. And this one is called The Onanistic Ritual. Has a super gross first cover, but when you hear the chattering, you know death has come calling. A new age of ecstasy and agony begins here for Hellraiser. The long-awaited return of Hellraiser to comics is finally upon us, or it will be on September 9th. And this is the second in a series. I already told you all this. The Chatterer bares his teeth for a brand new mission. His goal? To reclaim his rightful place as the right hand of the High Priest of Hell himself. Meet Mark, the young man obsessed with looks maxing, a toxic practice to become the ultimate alpha male in today's world. When he watches a vintage snuff film seemingly showing the Chatterer's violent creation, Mark becomes obsessed with summoning the Chatterer as an avenging demon against those he feels wronged him. But we all know the thing about deals with the devil. Witness the rebirth of one of the most popular Cenobites in this transformative one-shot from writer Zach Thompson and artist Gavin Mitchell. And fear the chattering of this grotesque grin with an A cover from Dave Kendall. This drops on September 9th. You could special order this cover from Federico Sabatini. Green sketch cover, pardon me. Unlimited variant with full art. A G variant from Andrew K. Curry. All for Hellraiser Resurrections, The Onanistic Ritual. One shot, September 9th. Moving on up to Dark Horse Comics, the brand new series from Tom King and Gabriel Hernandez Walta debuts on September 9th, and it's called 6 of Us. Chapter 1. The Thing About Me Dying. 6 actors built America's favorite sitcom. Millions tuned in. Billboards lit the sky. Then one of them died. A beloved cast member of a hit ensemble sitcom dies under mysterious circumstances, sending shockwaves through Hollywood and revealing the secrets, betrayals, and desires lurking beneath the glittering facade as the surviving cast members confront their past, old rivalries, and hidden truths emerge, and the line between life and performance begins to blur. From Tom King, Gabriel Hernandez Walta, and Jordi Belair, creators of the Eisner Award winning The Vision, deliver a brutal Hollywood noir, a story about grief, ambition, and the lies we tell to keep the show alive. This is a 6-issue miniseries debuting on September 9th with an A cover from Gabriel Hernandez Walta. Special order these covers by Fabio Moon, Elsa Chartier, Jorge Fornes, Raul Allen, and Tula Lote. Ooh, how pretty. Look, it's the 6 of Us, number 1. On a lighter note, from IDW, we get a brand new series, brand new volume of Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is Coastal Chaos, number 1. Just when you thought it was safe to go back into the water, Tales of the TMNT is back. The turtles once again head down somewhere grimy, smelly, and wet, the Jersey Shore. What starts as a fun family vacation turns into coastal chaos when Mikey almost gets attacked by something with big teeth, a big dorsal fin, and big arms. We're going to need a bigger shell. It's Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Coastal Chaos. This first issue is written by Andrew Justra with interior art and an A cover by Louis Joyce. A B cover from Carrie Randolph. And a foil version of a cover by Pizza Mert. It's Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Coastal Chaos #1. IDW also serves up the second issue of Star Trek Red Shirts Ghost of the 21st Century. It's cool to have this series back on the shelf. Very well received first time around. First issue just came out last week and is written by Jerry Duggan with interior art by Scott Buoncristiano. We got an A cover from Chris Sheehan. Malachi Ward on the B. Cool. It drops on September 9th. Ooh, look, we also get Star Wars Deviations. This is a one-shot, quoth the Raven, evermore. This spooky one-shot features Dr. Joseph Mbenga of Star Trek Strange New Worlds as he encounters various crew members turned characters and creatures from the world of Edgar Allan Poe aboard the USS Enterprise. This is a one-shot written by Claudia Grace with interior art and this A cover by Andy Price. We got a B cover by Bailey Rosenlund. This one shot is 32 pages for $4.99. Drops on September 9th. Also from IDW is the debut of the new IDW crime series, Fixation. When superfan Taylor Van Owens wins a contest to stay in the legendary Mallard House, the most iconic filming location for the hit vampire book turned movie Blood Mountain, she and her best friend, Kara, arrive in Vale expecting to sink their fangs into a weekend straight from a fangirl's dream. The cast is reunited for a 10th anniversary celebration. Devotees have descended on the small town, and nostalgia hangs thick in the air. But shortly before their arrival, a young woman is found dead inside the Mallard House. The death is quickly brushed off as an unstable fan, taking her fantasies too far, but rumors swirl as the police quietly open a murder investigation. From writer Amy Chase, and Amy is joined by Savannah Meyer on interiors. We get an A cover, terrifying A cover from Suspiria Vilche. This series drops on September 9th. You can special order these cool variant covers. We got a B cover by Savannah Meyer, who does interiors. And the C cover from Lauren Knight. Fixation #1, September 9th from IDW Crime. Ooh, and here's a big new release from Oni Press, moving on up their ladder of production level. Forever Home. They have all the time in the world. Will it be enough to save them? From comic superstar Christian Ward and visionary artist Sammy Cavella. Prepare to challenge the limits of time, technology, and human endurance itself as one family's refuge from the end of the world becomes a mind-bending nightmare reaching far beyond the future. Inside, time stands still, but outside, something even worse than the apocalypse awaits. Famed scientist Henry DeMore tried to save the world. He failed, but in a desperate bid to save himself, his wife, and their 2 children, he constructed the Forever Home, an ark of luxury and postmodern convenience, insulated from the agony of the planet's death throes outside its walls, and even time itself. From writer Christian Ward, who did this A cover. He's joined by Sammy Cavella, artist of Abbott, on September 9th for Forever Home #1. We've got variant covers from Franny on the B, Sammy Cavella on the C, blank sketch variant on the D. And we got a Christian Ward foil variant for $8.99 coming out on September 9th from Oni Press. It's Forever Home #1, 32 pages for $4.99 from Oni Press. And that does it for the small press and mid-size press. Next up, and presented by Brain Candy number 81, which happens on Monday, August 17th at 7 p.m. This month's Brain Candy is featuring poetry from Esperanza Cintron, the prose of Zach Whedon, and the music of Dan John Miller. We've got visual art from Dawn Smith, and the whole program is hosted by Aubrey Adkins. It all happens on Monday, August 17th at 7 p.m. Absolutely free. Come on by and support these local creatives at Brain Candy number 81. Now let's move on into Image Comics on Last Call this week. And the first thing on Image Comics this week is a second issue of Bad Rock. Bad Rock number 2 is written by Rob Liefeld and features interior art by Seth DeMoose. We got an A cover by Seth DeMoose. Oh, look how cute. Rob Liefeld full art variant. Another Rob. This is not Rob Liefeld. That's not Rob. And a D cover by Brett Bean. Good tribute. It's Bad Rock number 2. Ooh, here's another number 2 from Image Comics. Another second issue. It's Do a Powerbomb Black and White number 2. This is reprinting issues numbers 3 and 4 in one all new black and white format reprint. It's Do a Powerbomb Black and White number 2 with this A cover by Daniel Warren Johnson. He also did the B cover, which features an ape. No, orangutans, yeah. And the C cover from Daniel Warren Johnson. It's Do a Powerbomb Black and White number 2. Ooh, here's a big thing. A brand new series from Rick Remender. It's Hammer Fist. Meet Mike Denton, a dirtbag hitman junkie and absentee father who spent his life chasing down the easy fix, drugs, cheap sex, and murder for money, while failing the one person who still believes he can be better, his daughter. Now on the eve of Black Noon, an ancient darkness that erases the light in all things, Mike has to drag himself out of the gutter, awaken a supernatural weapon powered only by love, and fight his way through the living embodiment of evil to save her. Reservoir Dogs collides with Evil Dead in a filthy crime story that mutates into a savage splatter horror nightmare from New York Times best-selling author Rick Remender with art by acclaimed artist Steve Epting. This is the story of an unredeemable killer faced to do the one thing he's avoided his entire life: stand for something other than himself. We got an A cover from Steve Epting. Jerome Opena on the B. Nick Klein. Ooh, cool. Ropey. A blank sketch variant. Dan Panosian. That's pretty cool. Andrew Robinson. Look at all these cool covers. It's Hammerfist #1, August 26th. Which I'm guessing is probably all the image releases on FOC this week. Or the most of them. Let's move on to, look, Terminal #1 recently sold out and is getting a second printing. It's got 2 covers, both featuring incredible art from Marvel veteran artist Rick Leonardi. This drops on August 26th with a B cover from Rick Leonardi and Niraj Menon. Yeah. We also get a second issue for the most anticipated new superhero series of the year, as it continues from Robert Kirkman, Joe Casey, Andy Kubert, David Finch, and Arthur Adams, with covers by Andy Kubert, David Finch, Arthur Adams. Cool. It's Terminal #2. And I think this caps off Image Comics for this week. It is a special one-shot team-up between Witchblade and Vampirella. Detective Sarah Pizzini is no stranger to things that go bump in the night, but she gets more than she bargained for when a mutated vampire comes to town, wreaking havoc with no hope for an end to the bloodshed and terror. Lucky for Sarah, an expert in all things Nosferatu is hot on its tail. The legendary Vampirella. But with Sarah infected from the mutant bloodsucker's bite, will Vampy stake first and ask questions later? Two titans of comics clash in this oversized issue, featuring 2 comics icons who must work together to battle a terror greater than themselves. From Witchblade series writer Marguerite Bennett and Witchblade fan favorite artist and alumni Sarah Braga. They return to bring these 2 warriors together in an epic one-shot with a cover by Laura Braga. 48 pages for $5.99 with this cover by Joseph Michael Linsner and Sveta Shubina on the C cover. It's Witchblade Vampirella #1. This is a one-shot, drops on August 26th. Hey, what happened to me? That's kind of weird. All right, I'm back. Look. Hey, everybody. Woo! All right, that's it for Image Comics this week. And this is a great opportunity to remind you about our pals over at the Senate Theater, who are projecting a movie called The East Meets Western in The Tears of the Black Tiger. That happens tonight, July 31st at 8 p.m. Friday, July 31st. Senate Theater, senatetheater.com for more. Pardon me, folks. Let me do that whole thing over again. Check out Tears of the Black Tiger over at the Senate Theater, Michigan Theater, down by Livernois. East meets Western in Tears of the Black Tiger tonight, Friday, July 31st. Sorry, Senate Theater, I jacked that all up. All right, moving on into Last Call for DC Comics. I promise not to mess this one up. And the first thing on DC Comics this week is Absolute Wonder Woman. Number 23 kicks off this brand new storyline, Absolute Aries. It starts here, and the epic Heritage arc begins. Back from the underworld, Diana returns to Area 41 with more than justice on her mind. What she finds is not what she expected, but neither is life in Gateway, as a new threat is rising. Unfortunately, Diana recognizes this particular threat. The gods themselves have come to Gateway City. It all happens in Absolute Wonder Woman number 23. This drops on August 26th with an A cover from interior artist Hayden Sherman. He's this Eisner Award nominated team of writer Kelly Thompson is joined by Terry Dodson, the Dodsons on the cardstock variant. We got a D cover from Yasmin Putri, all for Absolute Wonder Woman number 23. New arc starts here. Ooh, hey, look, it's time for a new facsimile edition of Action Comics number 1. Since this is a bigger edition, this is 64 pages. The A cover is $6.99. The B cover is a sketch variant. And we got a foil variant. We got 64 pages on the foil for $9.99. That happens on August 26th. All right, now we're rolling into the big stuff here, folks. This is Poison Ivy number 47. This is a Batman Bad Seeds prelude. Something very bad is about to happen. Gotham City is done with Mayor Pamela Isley. There's just one problem for everyone there. She's not done with them. The stage is set for the explosive new Batman line crossover event. It's Bad Seeds, and it starts here in Poison Ivy number 47. This Eisner Award-winning series is written by G. Willow Wilson, who is an architect of the Batman Bad Seeds storyline, and features interior art by Leandro Fernandez, an A cover by Jessica Fong. It drops on August 26th. You can pre-order these cardstock variants by Kyong Yom Nubovich. A very pretty cover by Manny Vincent Carbonilla. All for Poison Ivy number 47, a Bad Seeds prelude. And speaking of Bad Seeds, the Batman Bad Seeds event starts here in Batman Bad Seeds Sunset. This one shot is from architects Matt Fraction, G. Willow Wilson, Giuseppe Camuncoli, and Cliff Rathburn. Join them as they kick off an all-new Batman event. Gotham City's new mayor, Pamela Isley, deserted by her allies, both political and arcane, is about to make a last-ditch power play that will leave Gotham decimated by daylight. Pardon me, having already declared war on the Bat family and flooded the streets with his private paramilitarized police army, Police Commissioner Vandal Savage sees an opportunity to solve two problems at once. Storylines converge in Batman Bad Seeds, a Gotham City event spanning one long dark night in Gotham that threatens to turn the entire city into a hostile world of prehistoric plant life unlike anything on Earth for millennium. This one-shot is written by Matt Fraction, G. Willow Wilson, with art by Cliff Rathburn, and Giuseppe Camuncoli, who did this A cover. Special order your variant covers from Dan Mora. Marcio Takara. Blank cardstock variant. We got a Bad Seeds Jorge Jimenez spot foil variant. All for Batman Bad Seeds Sunset. This is a one-shot scheduled to drop on August 26th. And next up, we got this next level one shot featuring Deadshot. To come out on top, Deadshot only needs one shot. The deadliest assassin in DCU history goes to the next level in next level one shot and uncovers a conspiracy that will change everything. Writer Jerry Duggan tells the tale of a job gone sideways, a father and his daughter, and a web of superpowered lies that stretches throughout the entire DC Next Level cast of characters and points the direction to war on the horizon. This epic issue tells you everything you need to know about what's next for Next Level if you survive the experience. From writer Jerry Duggan, interior artist Fernando Blanco, who also did this A cover. You can special order your cardstock variants by this Sunday at midnight. We got a B cover from Mark Spears, Carmine D. Giandomenico, Jorge Corona, and we got a foil version of the Mark Spears variant. It's next level one shot. One shot. It's a one shot. And closing up DC Comics this week, we've got a brand new Vertigo series debuting on August 26th. Occult warfare is a fantasy. Or is that what they want you to think? 23-year-old Darren Burroughs, out of Audubon, PA, is a gifted rookie sent under the guise of a diplomatic aide to train with Division 9, an obscure, outdated, and easily dismissed arm of British intelligence that specializes in dealing with paranormal incidents. In the right sort of spy circles, they're known by a different, more feared name, Black Tower. It's 2026, and in the age of cyber warfare and drone strikes, someone is plotting to steal the head of a giant king to break a century-old ward that has kept invading forces out of Britain. From decorated writer Ram V with artist Mike Perkins, who did this A cover, Black Tower, The Raven Conspiracy #1 drops on August 26th. This is a 6-issue miniseries, 40 big pages for $3.99. We've got cardstock variants by Evan Cagle, Mark Buckingham, Aiko. It's Black Tower, The Raven Conspiracy. And that's it for our feature on DC Comics this week. Just a reminder, we go live every Tuesday at 6:30 right here on YouTube for BRAINSCAN, our preview of New Comic Day every Tuesday at 6:30. Join us right here on YouTube. Next up is Last Call for Marvel Comics. And the first thing on Marvel Comics FOC list this week is Alien versus X-Men. X-Men versus Xenomorphs. They went looking for a Phoenix egg. They found something else. The X-Men return to Earth with deadly cargo, and a violent battle between mutant and alien begins. And will an unexpected ally turn the tide in the X-Men's favor? In the special crossover, decades in the making, the next evolution of Marvel's Mightiest Mutants begins. Will anyone survive the experience? Plus, the first chapter of an all-new story by the legendary Chris Claremont featuring Kitty Pryde, the Brood, and the Xenomorphs. From writer Kieran Gillen, who hasn't worked over at Marvel in a long time. Kieran is joined by Geraldo Borges on interiors, and we get Ryan Stegman on the A cover, 40 pages for $5.99. We've got variant covers from Alan Qua with this poster homage variant. a Bjorn Barons cover. I think we're supposed to have a Pablo Villalobos cover, but for right now, this is all we got. Alien versus X-Men #1, September 16th. There it is. Ooh, another debut. It's Black Panther and Namor. Doomed. Trapped in hell with Doom. Spinning out of the events of Captain America and Avengers Armageddon, Black Panther and Namor must investigate hell when Wakanda and Atlantis are attacked by demons. But once there, these rival kings discover they aren't alone as they cross paths with the wandering soul of Dr. Doom. A Black Panther Namor Doomed is probably a one-shot and is written by Ethan S. Parker with interior art by Stefano Nessi. This one-shot has a Dave Johnson cover on the A. Philip Tan on the B. Sure. Torrin Clark. That looks cool. A Black Panther Namor Doomed. September 2nd. You betcha. Ooh, here's a cool thing. An all-time classic graphic novel from fan favorite Marvel writer Roger Stern and visionary artist Mike Mignola, reprinted in comic book format. Dr. Doom has a plan to rescue the soul of his mother from Mephisto. All he needed is the unwilling help of Doctor Strange. But why would Earth's Sorcerer Supreme join the world's greatest villain on a deadly quest into Mephisto's realm? What price must be paid before the Lord of Lies will release his prize? And will Victor Von Doom be prepared to make the sacrifice? Reprinting Marvel graphic novel Doctor Strange and Doctor Doom Triumph and Torment from 1989. This reprint has an A cover by Peach Momoko. That's a very nice cover. And the original B cover, well, the B cover is the original art. Original cover from Mike Mignola, who is joined by Mark Badger on inks. It's Doctor Strange and Doctor Doom Triumph and Torment. That's pretty cool. 88 pages for $8.99. September 2nd. Ooh, let's return to the Mangaverse on September 2nd. Just in time to see it end. Celebrating the 25th anniversary of the Marvel Mangaverse, father-son duo Joe and Jack Kelly are teaming up with acclaimed artist Kenny Ruiz to revisit the Mangaverse as readers have never seen it before. In a world where technology no longer works and magic reigns supreme, a looming apocalypse threatens to end the world in a sea of flames. That is, unless Spider-Man, Wolverine Extremis, and magic have something to say about it. But as each attempt to stave off Armageddon leads each further down the road of forbidden magic, these friends turned enemies must confront the question of if their choices really will save the world or doom it entirely. That was a tongue twister from Joe and Jack Kelly and artist Kenny Ruiz. We got Marvel Mangaverse Web of Blood drops on September 2nd with an A cover from Yuji Kako. Peach Momoko cover. Yeah, figured we'd have more covers than this, but right on, there it is. Marvel Zombies is back with Warzone. Escape the hunger. A zombie outbreak has hit Manhattan, and the whole city is rapidly overrun. As Earth's mightiest heroes succumb to the virus, a barrier is hastily erected to protect the world. But inside the barrier, a war zone is broken out as survivors fight for their lives against the ever-growing horde. However, one man isn't looking for survival. He's after answers as he carves a bloody swath of his own through the ravaged city. And if any zombies get in his way, well, the Punisher has plenty of lead that they can eat. From writer Tom Waltz and interior artist Jaime Infante, we got an A cover from Dave Johnson, 32 pages for $4.99. We're taking special orders for this Steve Scroce variant, which is outstanding. You know, I gotta gnaw my head at some point in every episode. Anyways, it's Marvel Zombies Warzone. We got September 2nd. Yeah. Cool cover. Tony Parker. And let's see. Ooh, look, we get a new reprinting of the Marvel Infinity comic from 2026, issues 1 through 10. It's X-Men Omega Red Dawn. Space race. When Omega Red abducts Professor X, the X-Men follow in a hot pursuit that takes them around the globe and beyond. But time is of the essence as Omega Red unleashes a deadly chemical attack that spreads rage and violence in his wake. With half the team down for the count, do they have what it takes to save their beloved mentor and everyone else before the world becomes totally consumed by hate? Find out in X-Men Omega Red Dawn. This is a one-shot reprinting digital first material from Steve Orlando, Alan Robinson on interiors, an A cover from Ario Anandito, Luciano Vecchio. Drops on September 2nd. Also dropping on September 2nd. I guess it's Spider-Woman's birthday. To know her is to cheer her. Celebrating 50 years of Marvel's Dark Angel. Ann Nocenti returns Spider-Woman to Los Angeles for a detective story for the ages. Dan Waters gives us a spine-tingling look into Jessica Drew's future. Day 1 and Day 18,292 Spider-Woman. Spider-Woman fans alike won't want to miss this jam-packed issue. It's 32 pages for $4.99 for Spider-Woman, the 50th anniversary, with an A cover from Olivier Coipel, a Greg Land cover, and Rose Besch. That's very pretty. All for Spider-Woman 10th anniversary. This is a special one-shot, September 2nd. And this is our headliner for Marvel Comics. Wade Wilson, Deadpool. This is the first issue of a big crossover called Big Guns. Target. Frank Castle. Deadpool's got a new mission. A new vehicle. And a new enemy. Wait, are we talking about Frank Castle? A Big Gun starts here as multiple forces converge on the ultimate weapon, but only one can emerge victorious. This story is continued in Punisher number 8, also on sale in September. Wade Wilson Deadpool number 8 is scheduled for September 2nd. And is written by series writer Ben Percy with Jeff Shaw on interiors. We got an A cover from Jeff Shaw. John Romita Jr. A 4-part connecting variant by Jose Maria Casanovas. And a Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls variant by somebody. Ooh, we got a Scotty Young variant. Look how cute they're talking. It's Wade Wilson, Deadpool number 8, the first part of big guns crossing over with Punisher. Yeah. And that, folks, does it for the final order report. I'd like to thank Klezmageddon for our opening and closing music. There they are. All of these comics are on Last Call this weekend. You've got until Sunday at midnight, August 2nd, to lock in your pre-orders for these and many, many more. Make sure to send and confirm those items in your Comic Hub cart before the deadline. Thanks for tuning in to Last Call, the final order report. Stay up to date on all of our happenings. We are Green Brain Comics on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. All the links you need for our shopping cart website and Comic Hub are right below in the description. We are spreading the love of comics and graphic novels from the heart of East Downtown Dearborn since 1985. Feed your brain at Green Brain Comics. Thanks for watching.
Emanating from deep under the earth. Spreading across the globe at the speed of thought. Changing the world, one brain at a time. This is Last Call, the final order report. From Green Brain Comics.